Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are well. Hope you had a nice sleep, ready for today, ready to start the morning trading. I want to start off by just saying well done for all of you guys who are on your challenges and who have passed their challenges recently. Amazing, amazing feeling. Big tip, make sure that whatever you did within your challenge, that you continue to maintain that, okay? The emotional side of things can be a little bit different when you're funded. So just maintain, just keep acting like you're on your challenge, just to give that momentum of normality for you, that you don't put too much pressure on yourself when making trades and feeling like you've got more pressure because you don't want to lose, because it's real money now, okay? Just keep your momentum. You guys have done so well. I love how funded challenges have become a massive thing in our group. So keep at it, guys. We're doing really, really good. So this week's topic we've got is about trading being a visual skill, okay? So let's look at our normal lifestyle. Most of what we do requires us to action, okay? And most of what we do requires us to action physically. So even if you work from home, even if you work outside at an office, in a shop, at a restaurant, everything requires you to be quite physically active. And there comes that saying, no pain, no gain, which is a saying that I absolutely dislike. I do not use it. I definitely think that you don't have to have pain to gain. But with that being said, most of us feel that if we're not working hard, if we're not exhausted, if we're not putting all that extra effort physically, that we're not doing too much. And what happens there is it means that in other areas in our life, if we're not physically required to do too much, it makes us feel like we're not doing enough, okay? Now, let me just give you an example. Most of my business requires me to feel. So I'm a masseuse and a healer. And what that means is that I have to be in stillness and in silence in order to channel and heal people, which means that my majority of my effort that I have to put in requires me to really listen and hear and feel my body. And in order for me to strengthen those skills, I had to meditate a lot. I had to be out in nature a lot. And I also had to be in a lot of solitude. So it means that me spending time alone actually means that I'm strengthening my skill sets, which is why I spend a lot of time on my own, which is amazing as well. So it's not something that I don't enjoy. I absolutely enjoy doing it. And what that means is if there are days where like I may have maybe a couple of clients where I'm just healing, before it used to feel like I didn't do enough. And I always used to chase more clients, more work, more activity, because it just felt like it doesn't make sense for me to get paid to do basically nothing, which is what looks like on paper, but it absolutely isn't. My input was 100% and I didn't give myself enough value with that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because with trading, psychologically, what's happening is majority of the time we're spending is looking at a chart. Now, you may feel that that is not enough, that you may feel that, yes, I have to look at the charts. Now I need to put a trade to compensate and to reward myself for all this time that I've looked at the chart. No, looking at the charts is a lot of time spent, is a lot of quality time, it's a lot of effort. Okay, it is very exhausting. It's just like driving. People that can't drive for more than 5 hours, if they're doing a long trip and they need to take a massive break, is because concentration requires a lot of input, a lot of energy. And this is exactly what we're doing with trading. We're putting a lot of energy and concentration, and we're also very conscious. Trading is a very conscious skill set. You have to be very aware of what is happening. And if you're doing a trade and you're live and you're watching a chart, you have to be on ball every second. It's a live game, so you need to be conscious of what you're doing. And so visually speaking, it is a lot of work. It's a lot of input. And I want to commend you guys for that, because it doesn't the fact that you guys have your own personal life, your own family, your kids, your work, and then you're spending time to do this, congratulate yourself. It's a massive thing. So if you do spend a lot of time watching a trade and you don't see any opportunities, or you feel like you've missed an opportunity, don't worry about it. The next day will always be available, okay? But also don't feel like you need to sit at the charts all day to watch what's happening. I would suggest definitely to use part-time to use it for trading, and then part-time to use it for studying. Okay, so as a trader, your skill sets requires you to be concentrated from a visual aspect. Okay, and how can we benefit this? How can we make that skill stronger? What can we do to make this area a lot better for us and a lot more healthier? Okay, so number one, giving yourself tasks. Okay, so I put up a poll this week because I wanted to see where you guys feel that you wanted more assistance in, and where you guys probably feel more stimulated in. And quite interestingly, you guys wanted us in the group to give you more tasks. So number one, giving yourself a task, personal task, is very, very important. So as an example, you might give yourself a task that I decide I'm going to look into more FVGs, so fair value gaps, as a strategy, because I feel like that works for me. So what you want to do in that essence is possibly create two different exercises. One that you look for fair value gaps at London Open, and then you might create another exercise to look at fair value gaps over maybe an hour time frame or over a 5-minute time frame. And you do this for a period of, let's say, looking at the charts over the last 6 months, and you pick out as many as you can. Now, what you initially are doing here is putting that concentration level, stimulating your mind into your visual skill set. And what else you're doing here is that you are picking up repeated patterns and repeated strategy over a period of time to see whether it is a profitable strategy for you. Okay, and what happens is over time, when you actually are actively trading, is that the fair value gap strategy will start to ping at you a lot better, a lot faster, a lot quicker, and a lot stronger. So you will start seeing that strategy fall into place. You'll know when it's coming, you'll know when it's in the process, and you'll potentially know what's going to happen after. You will know the outcome. Okay, so giving yourself a task for different strategies is really important. You can do this with EMAs. If you feel like, hold on, I do really well with 200 EMA, so I'm going to go and see what happens on the gold chart when price hits 200 EMA. How does it ping off? How does a movement work? Is it strong? Is it weak? Does it break through? All these things you want to start looking at. Look over a period of 6 months. You can shorten that to 3 months, and then you will start to pick up patterns and also strengthen that particular strategy and strengthen your concentration levels for that particular strategy. Okay, so just going off this, you might have found that you might be watching the charts, and only after, when you look back at the chart again, do you go, oh, that was the opportunity I should have taken, or that was the perfect entry module that I should have put my trade on. Now, that's because the visual skill has not been strengthened for that particular pattern or strategy. Okay, that's all it is. It doesn't mean that you're not doing well, doesn't mean anything at all, apart from that it just needs more visual practice. That's all it is. Okay, I've been there plenty of times, and for a particular phase of my trading journey, I was really, really upset with myself, because I thought, how is it possible that I know what I need to look for, but I can't find it? And going on to the second thing that I wanted to mention, which is back testing, that is where the game changed. Okay, because I started looking back on charts. I started let's say for the fair value gap, if I saw one maybe 2 weeks ago, I would put the short position or long position as if I was about to take a trade, but I would just put it there to then allow my brain to absorb what I'm looking at to store it and to subconsciously know it for the future. So I'd act as if I'm about to put a trade on. I would write about it, write my entry, write my SL and take profit and journal it. And that way I was storing all this information. And little did I know that these little steps here, these little tiny tasks were causing me to, for my future potential, start getting triggered when I see strategies playing out in front of me. And it was the best feeling ever, executing a strategy and watching it in a process, knowing full well the potential outcome. Okay, so secondly is your back testing. Make sure that you back test, okay? Even if you feel that back testing may feel like it's a waste of time, it's boring, or that you lose quite a lot in back testing, don't worry about it. You are strengthening something here that majority of the time we don't realize needs to be strengthened. Okay, so make sure that you are working not only as a trader through your trades, but through your visual skills. Okay. And what you're doing as well, when you're practicing this, you are building a respect towards your charts. Okay, so you're giving respect to the chart that it moves in this particular way for this particular currency. If you then decide to visually practice New Zealand USD, then you're also respecting the way that that chart works, the way that New Zealand and USD work alongside each other. Okay, they have a relationship with each other on the chart, and you're giving that space for it to happen. And what you're doing there is you're also giving space for you to sit back and be patient and allow the chart to do what it's doing until you see that particular strategy that you want to trade on. Yeah. You're also identifying price movement. You're identifying where it will go, where it will ping off, where it will reverse, where the order flow is going, the directional flow of the price is going. You will start to pick up where all the zones are, where the supports, resistance are being created. Sometimes you might have a support line and then it changes into a resistance line, and you will see the process of that. It won't just be, oh, over the last 3 days, I've just noticed that it's now a support, it's now a resistance instead of a support. So these things will start to play out right in front of your eyes, and it will pick up very, very fast. You will also pick up things that you don't want to do anymore and things that you want to do more, which is why journaling and why Diane's information is so important. Yeah, you'll start to pick up everything, and everything will start to align. So your confluences, everything that you need in order to get the right trade for you. So your time zones, your flip zones, your supports and resistance, your patterns, fluctuations in price and movement, everything combined will then give you that ping. This is where I want to take a trade, because everything is aligning together now and you can see it for what it is live. Okay, it's where you want to be at. All right, and be patient. Patience is going to give you more profits. Wait for the price to come to you always. Always wait for the price to come to you. If you know that over the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that price has done a very, very strong buy at a particular zone or a particular price, then wait for that to come back. Put an alert on. Don't watch the chart all day. Just stick those alerts on. They're there for a reason. They're there to stop you watching trades all day. All you want is your POI, your point of interest, an alert there, or an alert just before there, so then you've got time in order to analyze the chart live and then take a trade. If you decide that that's what you want to do, it will benefit you so much. Okay, tiny little tweaks over a period of time, you'll start to see a massive difference. And I promise you that anyone who is in challenges at the moment, or anyone who's using their capital and going from profit to loss, you will start to see gains very, very slowly and over a long period of time, which is where we want to be. Now, guys, just quickly, I wanted to share with you this picture. It is a 8-year cycle of the planet Venus and planet Earth moving in outer space. And the reason why I wanted to show you this is because this would not be known if there weren't people out there who were researching and observing how the planets move. Now, I know this one is from the 2022 till 2030, but there has been previous observations over many years, which is why they know what's kind of coming up. And basically what they've identified is the way that Venus and planet Earth moves in the sky, in space, creates a geometric pattern of a flower. As you can see, the shape there in front of us. And it's absolutely insane. I find it so remarkable because geometric shapes and geometry are a very big fundamental part of life. There's a lot of reasoning into it and purpose for how life has been created down to geometric symbols. So I don't know if anyone knows about stuff like this. It's a very, very interesting topic that you could research to know more about the world. But on this occasion, just focusing into the Venus and Earth, how they move, creates this enormous, gorgeous flower effect. And the reason why I've brought this up is because, like I said, we wouldn't know that this exists unless people had been observing the movement and drawing it. So same thing with our trading. We don't know where patterns are going to show up. We don't know where those gorgeous reversals or those gorgeous directional flow patterns are going to go unless we chart everything up and draw things on our charts. So, for example, our London Opens, our New York Opens, our Asian Opens, everything like that, our whole levels and quarter levels on gold, our supports and resistance on any charts, on currencies, on indices, commodities. It's very important that you draw everything up, that you line everything up and you write about it, because you're only going to start noticing everything that you need to know in order to take your trades and get those profits in very, very fast. Okay, that's all it's going to do. It's going to increase your chances and it's going to strengthen your skills. So the two main things that we really want to focus on, and especially because it's our topic of the week. So yeah, so just try your best to engage as much as you can with your charts. Write everything. Make sure that you doodle everything, even on post-it notes, on your journals, on paper. Writing things actually with your hand, using pen and paper, is really, really good, because it actually cements a lot more into your subconscious, because you're physically writing something down. So your brain is going to naturally want to remember it better, remember it more. All right, so I'll leave it there with you guys. Have a lovely week and a lovely day, and let's get trading, guys. Take care. Thank you.